Hey everybody, how's it going? This is Juan Sanchez at Phillips and King, here with Nate Williams from Foundation Cigars, and he's here to tell us more about Foundation and help you guide your way through their product. Nate, happy to have you, man.
Yes, happy to be here. First time in California, first time at Phillips and King. You guys have been a great partner for a long time. We've known each other for close to a decade now in a previous life.
That's right.
But I'm happy to be able to be here with the guys at P&K and talk to you guys a little bit more about Foundation.
Right on. And what's new at Foundation?
So right now, some of the products that we have here before you guys are some of the newest cigars that we have in the portfolio. Off center here, we have our Aksum line. This is a great addition to the portfolio, highlighting Ecuador Sumatra wrapper. Beautiful, sweet, smoky flavor profile here. Excellent, complement to your tabernacle smokers, which I know you guys have plenty of. Off to the other end here, we have our Wise Man portion of the portfolio. This is going to be a little bit more nuanced, right? This will be more for, your medium-bodied smokers. We have a true 100% Nicaraguan Puro with the Corojo, extremely Cubanesque in flavor profile. And we have the Maduro iteration as well, which showcases a Mexican San Andreas Maduro wrapper. We'll have some nice earthy, rich, chocolatey espresso style notes, great for smoking at any point of the day. So, we have a collective of some limited edition items that are somewhat derivative of the offerings that we have in place already. Those are incredibly special, small production releases, which, we maybe only do a couple hundred boxes, per quarter. Some of those are either Tabernacle David and Goliath on both the broadleaf and the Havana CT 142. We have a wonderful Lancero on the Wise Man, in both the Corojo, and a unique version of the Maduro that utilizes Connecticut broadleaf instead of the Maduro. And even on our Highclere Castle, we have our Signature, which celebrates the centennial of the discovery of King Tut's tomb. The packaging is actually an exact replica of a ceremonial box that was discovered inside the tomb. Really a fantastic array of products to kind of showcase the range of cigars that we have within our portfolio from a flavor standpoint and also a packaging standpoint as well.
I have his favorite line. What's your particular favorite line in the Foundation line?
For sure. So, being from Connecticut, I do have to say that the Charter Oak is my favorite of the bunch.
Right on.
It's really a centerpiece of the story of Foundation. Connecticut is not only an incredibly important growing region for the realm of premium cigars, but also historically for the state, tobacco cultivation was incredibly important to the economy. And one of the first areas at which cigar factories popped up in the United States. The Charter Oak line, pays homage to some of those old school factories and brands of yesteryear, and are also, incredibly inspiring for Nick to, develop these blends to begin with. Both of his grandfathers smoked old school Connecticut cigars, which utilized Connecticut tobaccos too, preeminently the Connecticut Shade and the Connecticut Broadleaf Maduro as well. They're available at great price points, incredibly great flavor, and available all the time. One of the great things about Foundation and our portfolio as a whole is it was very intentionally created with the retailer in mind, right? Owner Nicholas Melillo, he began working retail in the 90s at 18 years old. He understands that over the course of a day, you're going to have every type of smoker come into the store. We wanted to develop a portfolio that is going to be able to cater to each of those types of folks that you'd be servicing. So whether that is, price point, its flavor profile, strength level, the blends are created with the intent to be able to service all those different types of demographics.
What would you say is the most surprising line so far in the portfolio?
For sure. The one that I'm going to go with here is certainly the most unique offering in the portfolio, and that would be our Upsetters line. That is actually our infused segment of the portfolio. It has some really unique characteristics that kind of help make it stand out too. Most prominently being the usage of Jamaican cow tongue tobacco in the filler. We're one of the only, if not the only, premium manufacturer that still has a source of Jamaican tobaccos, and it's a really hearty and rich Caribbean tobacco that plays very well with our herbal style infusion process on that cigar. A lot of you guys may be traditional style smokers, but you still have the infused consumers that are coming into your store as well. And I assure you that the same attention to detail that you've come to know from Foundation and all of our products is also instilled within the Upsetters line too. Again, with Foundation, we want to do our best in blending the past in tradition with modernity, and showcasing what we have to offer in a more modern sense.
That's beautiful. As far as where you see the ship sailing, for our retailers that are looking at a boutique brand, that are looking at the growth of a boutique brand, what can they expect next?
Yeah, listen, I'm proud to say that Foundation is one of, if not the hottest boutique brand in the market right now, and the goal is to build ourselves up for the long run. We are very much looking forward to growing outside of the boutique sphere and having more of that awareness of the consumer at large. There's a lot of focus being put into developing all these brands so that consumers are being driven to your store to purchase these wonderful cigars. And we're in it for the long haul. We aspire to be notable brands like Arturo Fuente, Padron, the Newman family, and we hope in the next 10, 20, 30 years, we'll have that same everlasting legacy that they've built and cultivated for themselves over their tenure in the business.
Man. Well, thank you, Nate. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate the information. We appreciate you joining us with all the goodies, all the information you shared with our staff. Hopefully our retailers can deem this information important, and they can explore your portfolio of cigars. And if you haven't, please make sure you're asking your sales reps for Charter Oak, for Wiseman, for High Clear Castle, for Aksum, and for Upsetters. They're doing really, really well in our markets everywhere across the country, from small stores to chains. So without further ado, thank you guys for joining us. Thank you guys. Thank you, Nate. Thank you, Dara. And we'll catch you next time.